Aloha everyone, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly Tarot, and I was just coming to you to let you know what I've been working on and to introduce you to Hāloa Organics. So I have been working for the past year or so, just working through the grief of my kahuna passing. So those of you who have been around for a while know the story, but I lived with my Hawaiian uncle, who was one of the last living kings of the Hawaiian Islands. We lived in a sacred space called a heiau that was for cosmic time, and it was for birthing. Okay, and so he taught me different things spiritually, of course. So you guys get a lot of some of the spiritual tidbits thrown into the readings on here, but he also taught me certain plant medicines that would help people. And he always wanted me to bring the NONI leaf to the world. So for those of you who don't know, my background beyond being a spiritual coach and guide, I'm a licensed massage therapist. So I've spent about 10 years of my life massaging all different types of people and different modalities throughout time. And NONI leaf is used to help treat muscle aches, wounds. So in showing that, the reason Uncle had asked me to come live with him was because I was his caregiver and massage therapist. And so he wouldn't let anyone else touch him in that way because I was the one that was there to heal him. So he was very, very specific about what and who got to have access to him in that way. So I'm very honored. I'm grateful that I had the years that I did with him in the physical form, and now we're working together in the spiritual form. So the story is, as I was going through my grieving process, I would tell anyone that I knew about just the stories of Uncle. I still want to keep his legacy alive, and so I'll continue to talk story about him. You guys have heard many stories, and those who have been around a while know that was a tough moment for me to move through that grieving process, right? And so one of my friends, he heard me talking all these stories, and he just started to feel like commanded by the spirit to plant noni trees. And that was something new for him. He'd never experienced that before, and it was really Uncle was working through him. And so he said, I felt like it was like a command, like I had to do this. And he didn't tell me for months and months. And then it wasn't until he needed to really kind of find homes for them and start to move them on. He told me he'd been planting the noni, and he started having the ideas of, hey, how can you infuse the oil? And I've been researching this thing, so he started giving me the ideas and really wanting to do this business together. And then it came to a time where it was appropriate for me to do it on my own because it was really my kuleana all along. But he absolutely listened to the call and started this process so that I could research, okay, Uncle taught me how to do this in this way, and then how do I add to this, or how do I make this to where it can be accessible to other people, right? And so that's what I've been up to, you guys. So I know I haven't been as out there with the videos lately. I'm trying to get back on a schedule for y'all, but this is what I've been working on. And so I want to show you the products and show you just just how great they are, and explain a little bit. So the noni tree is one of the 12, I think there was 12 to 15 canoe plants. I've read different things that came to Hawaii for food and for resource. And that included bananas, the taro plant, that included ulu, breadfruit, as well as the noni tree. But the noni was the only one that came for medicinal purposes. So noni treats up to 40 different items. So noni is used for very varying different things, because both the leaf and the fruit are super antioxidants. So they help to restore and reprogram at the cellular level. So where some other things might just work at skin level, this actually goes into the cells and helps reprogram and make healthy the cells. It was used for pain management. So when you had muscle aches and pains, sprains, they would wrap a noni leaf around that part of the body, and then the person would be healed quite quickly, often the next morning. It was used to treat burns, skin wounds. It speeds up the process. Some of you have follow me on Instagram at Hāloa Organic, so you'll see sometimes I'll put up there, it's used for animals and people, so you'll see some before and afters. I'm going to start to do some more of the before and afters because I'm getting incredible feedback on how quickly people are changing, and that is so beautiful to see how well this works, because this was Uncle's thing that he gave me to keep his legacy going. We all got different things to do, and so I'm really, really happy to hear that feedback from people from various parts of the world. The other thing is when you drink the noni leaf tea, it regulates insulin, so it helps to treat diabetes. It also is anti-tumor. The noni leaf is antifungal. It's also antimicrobial, and it leaves the good biome on, so it works well with what you already have going on. Now, I do have to, so those are traditional uses. I have to market it cosmetically because I'm not a doctor, and so those are the traditional uses, some of the traditional uses. There are many. It was also used, it's called noni for the yoni, so it was used for female. So drinking the tea helps with menstrual cramps. It also helps with insomnia, but topically, and they would insert a leaf. Okay, it helps pre-pregnancy to help clear and clean the yoni so that you can be ready to receive your child, that your body physically adapts and gets those amazing antioxidants and the reformulation there. The other thing, is they would use kind of a tea form internally to remove physical damage, but also spiritually it will help to take out past lovers, and kind of reforms the female form to being new again. After birth, the leaf was used and rolled to help reshape and bring the yoni back to its original shape and to help heal after childbirth. So lots of traditional uses for this leaf. Traditionally on the market right now, everyone's using the fruit of the plant because that's, I don't know why, but Uncle's family used the leaf. And so we're the only ones that are have a product on the market right now that is solely the noni leaf. So I have a few different things. So what I do is I make skincare and topical oils and lotions. We also have a mist going on in our, and we have a frequency fragrance, our signature fragrance that helps to uplift you and change your frequency into the 5D and beyond. So first off, we have the noni leaf remedy. I have travel size. Okay, and I have this size. Sorry, this is my tester, so it got a little banged up. But let me show it to you. So it's noni leaf with kukui nut oil. Okay, and what I do is I blend that. I have to be in a very specific state of mind to put the right mana into it, and you just utilize it on the body. It's a soft oil. Now I have oily skin, and I've put this on already today, and you'll just go up. You can use it with your what do they call that, gua sha or roller or what have you. But with the oil, it can be used on face, body, cuts, wounds, etc. The kukui nut, I'll give you a little bit of background on that. That's called the candle nut tree or the torch tree. It's known as the tree of the light because it's how ancient Hawaiians used to tell time. They would light kukui nuts, and then they knew how long it would be. They would tell time by kukui nut. The other thing is when a child was born, they would light the kukui nut so that the first thing that the child saw in coming out of the womb was the light, so that they would be bathed in the light. So it's a very spiritual and high frequency experience on its own. It's super moisturizing and very clean oil. And then in the infusion and the mana that's put into it with the noni leaf, they work in perfect combination together. So there's no preservatives or other things in the oil itself. It's a very living product. Now, to talk about skin, oil takes out oil. Water does not take out oil. When you put oil in a bath, what does the oil do? It comes kind of to the top, but it doesn't actually blend with it. But oil with oil takes out oil. So this is good even for people with oily skin. I have oily skin to combination skin. It's really good for dry skin because one of the things that the noni leaf does, again, it works at the cellular level, but it helps to balance sebum production. So if you need more, it starts to bring you some more. If you need less, it starts to bring you less. So that's part of its properties that really adapt to whatever your need is. So that's the base oil that goes into everything that we make. The secondary one that we also have the lotion with this. Now the lotion is a combination of this blend, so the noni leaf blend, but I also do a coconut oil base. And so it's organic, everything's organic. I pick the noni leaf by hand, okay, so it's hand-picked noni leaf, and then I make everything in small batches here on Maui. And so the lotion's very light. Let me see if I can show you that one. Okay, so it's very, very light. And it's beautifully moisturizing, but it's super light. It doesn't have much of a smell. Noni leaf just smells like a tea leaf, right? So, so it has a little bit of an herbally smell. You'll smell a little bit of the coconut oil. And because it's small batch, each batch is a little bit different. So there's nothing added to that one. Now, the other line that I have is the Royal Treatment Serum. So we have that in, let me take off the, that's my, we have the travel size, 10 milliliters. So these are in UV glass. UV glass it works as a preservative. And so it takes the negative light and it blocks that, and it allows in the positive light. So it keeps the plant properties of our goodies alive and well for a good amount of time. Like it lasts for up to a year. Preferably, I'd like you to have it done in like 6 months. So think through that, like when, and if you decide to purchase, daily use, look at like 6 months, because you want the living ingredients to be really potent. And so, but it will last for up to a year, and they are refillable. Really sweet pumps on these. Okay, Royal Treatment Serum. I'll show you that one. So same clear, it might have a little bit of a darker. So it's the base, the noni leaf base, but then, so good. I made a signature oil out of Royal Hawaiian sandalwood, blue lotus flower, and vanilla. And the reason for that is the frequency medicine in it. And so Royal Hawaiian sandalwood was traditionally only allowed to be used by the elite or the royals as well as the kahunas, so the priest and priestesses. It was used ceremonially. It vibrates at 92 megahertz. The human body, healthy human body, vibrates between 65 and 72 megahertz. And so it lifts you to a new dimension. It's fantastic for meditation because it works with the crown and the root chakra. So it's like the bookends. It helps you have a grounded space, safe space to lift into those higher levels of consciousness. Blue lotus flower was used by the Egyptian royals in ceremony to talk to their gods, to open themselves up to higher levels of consciousness. All three things in that are also aphrodisiac because it helps to lift the spirit. So in the scent part of it, the aromatherapy, the frequency therapy, you start to lift out of feelings of discomfort, of kind of feeling depressed. It will lift your spirits and help you move into higher levels of consciousness. The vanilla, same thing. Vanilla helps to take away redness. It helps. So all three of these, they have the frequency, but they also do beautiful things for the skin. So Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood is a huge proponent in helping with regulating sebum production. It helps bring a groundedness, of course, to the spirit. The vanilla helps to reduce redness. It helps to add moisture as well as stimulate collagen production. And then we have the blue lotus flower, similar thing. It helps to bring oxygen up to the skin, and so making it look fuller, more lively, and it deeply moisturizes as well in combination with the oil. Okay, and so we have that in lotion form as well. And you guys, I'm gonna switch the lotions to out of jar form and into pump bottle form, just because I've gotten lots of requests with that. So the next batch will be in a different format, but it'll be the same thing. And so looks the same as the other. It's just very light, right? Very, very light, beautiful, but deeply moisturizing. But it's not greasy, you know. I love it. I get a lot of feedback. The favorite seems to be the lotion for people, and so great. We also have the Royal Hāloa, and this is the concentrated aromatherapy. Okay, so this is the size it comes in, this does not have the noni oil in it. This is for fragrance, and it's concentrated. So it's meant to be used for aromatherapy or perfume oil purposes. You could mix it with one of your favorites. It does have a little bit of kukui nut oil in it as the base carrier oil. So, and all of the essential oils are actually absolutes. So those are made in a cold press format. So no heat has been added to the oils. So it actually helps to, there's some things that happen with essential oils when they are processed through heat that are not so great for the body. And so I made sure to use absolutes so we can bypass that. And then lastly, we have our MAUI Lokalani Mist. Okay. And MAUI Lokalani Mist is a mist for the face. I'll show you. So Lokalani is the damask rose. So the flower of Maui. Each Hawaiian island has a flower. The flower of Maui is the Lokalani rose, and it looks like that. And this is facial mist that has our signature oil in it. It also has a little bit so it's the Royal Treatment serum oil mixed with the Hawaiian volcanic water, which has its own properties as well. And then it has a beautiful, the Lokalani rose as well. Lokalani rose vibrates at 325 megahertz. It's one of the highest vibrating flowers on the planet. And so this, not only does it help, it acts as a preparation for you to cleanse the face. It also acts as a toner and facial mist. You can use it after you put your makeup on to set it, and after you finish cleansing, and throughout the day if you just need to refresh yourself as an aromatherapy. It highly lifts the spirit because of its high vibrational energy of the rose. And it's slightly different than regular rose water. It's a different type of rose, you know, but it still has that beautiful rose smell. You'll smell a little bit of the other, the royal Hāloa in it as well. And this also helps to fight redness. It helps to let the pores be toned, right? So it will close the pores after cleansing. So it creates almost a natural barrier, so that you're not letting more toxins into the face. So really beautiful energies here. That is what I've been working on. I wanted to share that with you guys, just so you know. I have Mother's Day. If you're watching this as it comes out, it is Mother's Day coming up. So there's 20% off all of the regular sized items. Travel size is normal price, but all the regular size items are 20% off. So please do check it out at HAWAIIAnorganics.com. I'll put that on the screen, and I will I'll put it in. It's in the description box below, but please do check it out. I really would love to have you guys who have been watching me. This is a supportive thing for you in your process, not just spiritually, but physically. And so I would love to share this with you. So please do check out the website. It'll have a story about me and Uncle. All the ingredients are listed there interactive wise, so you can click on any of the ingredients, find out what they do, and read a little bit more there about everything. But thank you so much. I wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing and subscribing. And then I'm going to do another video here, hopefully today, to start to be more consistent now that I've got the base of this business completed. Now I'm going to start to get back on a regular schedule for you guys for the readings. So thank you so much. Love you all, and I appreciate you. And until next time, aloha.